It's just 4 days since Ramadan has started, and in these days we have received many and many of complaints about dizziness, headache, drowsiness, stomach pain, nausea and vomiting, sweating and feeling cold and shivered even, and in some cases it may reach until fainting attacks. So we are need just to understand everything about why this happens to us as a pregnant female, and to know how to avoid it from the point of view of your obstetric and gynecology doctor, from your maternity doctor. So let's start to understand everything about it. This is me, Dr. Rehan Michel, an obstetric and gynecological specialist, and we are here from my doctor channel. As the thing is started to happen, we are need to explain that we have something about your physiology. Your physiology, so no, try not to talk about this thing in a very detailed, informative issue. We are need to tell you this story. So let us start this story. Once you get fast, there is something which is called your blood. Your blood in this time is asking your body system, oh, hey, please give me more amount, and so I need to increase my volume to be able to supply the wall of my extremity and the wall of the body with nutrients and vitamins, and I need to have a great volume with fluids and water. But the body responds to him, oh yeah, no, we are in fasting, so you are need to accommodate yourself with just this few amounts you have, and you are in need not to complain again. We will give you a great amount of fluids once we get the breakfast. So the blood is say, okay, I will try to accommodate myself with this amount, but once the breakfast starts and once adhan of Maghrib starts, the stomach starts to wake up. Yeah, this is great. I can now get a great amount of fluids and foods and give it to the blood so it can increase the volume and give all of us and every organ in this body a great amount of blood and minerals and vitamins. But it's a great amount of food which is thrown into the stomach. Oh, what's this? It's a very great amount. So the stomach starts to expand and expand and expand, and this great amount of expansion is very heavy. So the stomach calls the blood, oh, I need for help, blood, please come here and increase the volume of blood supply to me so I can absorb a great amount of food and I can digest it. So but the blood is not responding. Please blood, I need to digest this great amount of food, I need for great volume. But the blood asked her, so I can't do that. I don't have a great amount. I'm waiting for you to supply me with a great amount of blood and a great amount of volume by your fluids. So, but the stomach asked him, no, you are need to do anything to supply me with a great amount of blood. So the blood get a great idea, and so I will deprive the whole organ in the body from blood, and I come to you with all of my power. But the brain asking him, oh, hey, what you are doing? I'm the most important organ. I'm the brain. You are need to supply me with blood. And no, on the other hand, there is someone who is totally asking him as too, oh, I'm the kidney. How can you do that? You need to have a great amount of blood. I'm one of the most important organs in your body. So the blood is in a great terrible, and he is need to take a final decision and a rapid decision as to, and the content of and the amount of food which is around the stomach is increasing and increasing and increasing, and the stomach is asking for help. So the blood tell her that, so I'll preserve the amount of blood which is reaching the brain and kidneys, and I will give you a great amount of blood as too. So I'll sacrifice the amount of blood which is going to your skin, going to the skin, so you will feel sweaty, and I'll even sacrifice a moderate amount of blood which is reaching the brain. In this time, the brain is screaming at the blood, oh, what you are doing? You can't do that. You can't bear to sacrifice the blood which is coming to me. You can't bear to do that with me. So the brain starts to do something to explain what happened to it. So it have a great headache, dizziness, nausea, and it makes the whole body to be unstable. I'm in need for blood. I'm the brain. I'm in need for blood. You can't do that for me. So we start to have all of these symptoms. This explain everything which is happening to us. So the blood in this situation can't resist, and the body resistance as well can't resist. In this situation, the pregnant female is in a great trouble and have what we call dizziness and feeling of fainting attacks. But we have not only this complaint, we have even the complaint of complication, which could happen from such a thing. You remember that this female wasn't only a fasting female; she is a pregnant female. You don't remember that she have a baby in her in her uterus, and this baby is in need for a great blood and is in need for a blood supply. How you forget that? So she is making a very terrible for her baby. So we are in need to understand that. And even what could happen if she have a fainting attack and she dropped on something which is hard and could cause her to have what we call the trauma. And if this happens at her third trimester, in this situation, she may get what we call retroplacental hematoma, or what we call bleeding, or any other issue like that. So what she is doing and what you are doing with yourself by this situation, we are need just to take an action just now. So we are need to take a medical action. The medical action we are need to understand is by getting and making this pregnant female to lay down. Yes, we are need to make her to lay down in a comfort position. But before we do that, we are need to ask for help from all of these people around us. You are need to make the people who is living with you to hear and understand this lesson, because in this situation you are not aware to do and to ask them to do these issues. So please, once you get such a situation and such symptoms, you are need to lay down and try to be on your left side if you are in your last trimester, because laying on your back is something which could harm your baby and harm even your blood flow to your heart. So try to be on your left side and try to raise your legs on a level which is higher than your head, so the blood can flow directly to your brain and help not to make more affection and make more dangerous. And in this situation, you can get, if you have nausea or something like that, you can get that drug for nausea, and which is containing mainly vitamin B6. In this situation, some pregnant females got resolve this medical situation and get well in a few minutes. But in other cases, there is nothing which could help her, which is 10% of pregnant female. 90% of pregnant female will get well and they will not need to ask for medical advice. But 10% of those pregnant females are in need to ask a medical advice and are in need to be referred for a medical doctor. From this, we have learned that we are need even not only to know how to resolve this thing and how to deal with this medical situation, we are also in need to understand how to avoid having such a medical situation. We can avoid having such a medical situation by what we talk about in our last lesson, where we talk about the 6 ways of having your fasting and how to fast Ramadan while you are pregnant. But in this case, you are need to make a gradual introduction of food on your stomach. So please not to introduce food in a great amount, so this would makes your stomach to suffer a lot and makes yourself to suffer a lot. But when you gradually introduce food, this makes your stomach to gradually distended, and this makes your blood to be able to absorb like a great amount of blood volume, and even to supply your stomach with a great amount of blood. In this situation, we are only asking you, just you are need to understand everything about your physiology. And in this situation, you will have your breakfast, your Ramadan breakfast, as your daily breakfast outside Ramadan. And you can get your main meal, your large meal after Taraweeh. In this situation, you have drink a lot of water and a lot of fluids from al-Maghrib to till Taraweeh, and this is something which would help your blood volume to expand. This is our advice to you to protect yourself and to protecting your baby. Don't forget to remember that 10% of those pregnant females, we can't avoid this situation, and even we can't protect them from having these symptoms. So they are need just to break with their fasting Ramadan, and not to fast Ramadan while they are pregnant, as they have these situations. This was me, Dr. Hamshel. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and make us to know that you want more of these lessons and more of these medical explanations of your medical situation. And don't forget to share it with every pregnant female you know, and to subscribe to our channel, to my